What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Boy John 25, and tonight I'm gonna do my AEW Full Gear review and highlights. If you guys are new, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm on the road to 3K subscribers, and let's get started. Now, AEW Full Gear itself was a good show. I had lots of fun watching AEW Full Gear. All right, let's get started. We're kicking things off with NWA Women's World Champion Allison Kay versus Serena Deeb. This was a pretty good match. It says the two lock up, and Serena shoves her into the corner. Side headlock center of the ring. Allison trips her up. Reset. Serena focuses on AK arm, but AK turns it into a side headlock of her own. Shoulder block by AK, arm drag by Serena. Cover, but only a 2 count. Dragon Crew by Serena, followed up by a reversal surfboard stretch. She bashed the left knee and continues her attack. Serena goes for the Serenity lock, but AK makes it to the ropes. AK and Serena get to their feet and exchange slaps. AK takes Serena down and hammers away at her. She stomps a mudhole on a corner against Serena. Deeb catches AK on the ropes and hits a hanging neckbreaker off the middle rope. The two soon brawl it out on the canvas with Deeb as the major aggressor. Kay hangs her on the top rope and knocks her down for a 2 count. Soon after, Serena hits a backstabber, but AK lifts her up in a fireman's carrier. Serena goes for an octopus stretch, but gets bombed down for her efforts. 2 count. AK follows with a jackknife pin. Another 2 count. AK takes her to the corner briefly before hitting a rock-like spinebuster. 2 count kick out. AK locks in a sleeper, but Serena escapes in a 2 double lariat one another. Serena fires off with a fury of kicks before giving AK a stomp on the ground. She hits a swinging neckbreaker, then follow up with a hanging neckbreaker for 2. Serena goes for a pile driver, and AK hits an Alabama slam for a aggregate cover. 2 count. She lifts her up in a Canadian backbreaker and drops down. AK goes for her AK-47, but Serena rolls out. Serena then catches AK with a dragon screw in the ropes and hits a pancake pile driver. Cover, but AK has her foot on the bottom, foot on her ropes. Serena adjusts and locks in the Serenity lock for submission win. The winner and still NWA Women's World Champion, Serena Deeb. This match was pretty good. Alright, so we get post-match. Who comes out but Thunder Rosa? She and Serena stare one another down. As Rosa talks trash to the champion, she points to the belt and continues to jaw-jack with the current champion. Alright. Eddie Kingston is with his fam. Alex asks them if Kingston has what it takes to not say I quit. Bunny hates that question. He asks the same to the Lucha Brothers. Penta knows that Eddie is his best friend. He then asks Eddie if the AEW title is more important to him or making Mox say I quit. Nothing is more important than that title. That's what matters. He doesn't care if it's Lance Archer is standing in the wings. He doesn't care about him. He doesn't care about Pac. I do not care. Alright, so we get to the first match. AEW Elimination Tournament Finals. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. This match was good. Bell rings and Hangman stares down Kenny. Kenny extends a hand and no handshake from the two. Lock up. Very fence and Kenny hits some shoulder tackles, but each avoids some offense. Hard child trade. Sinabara by Kenny and Hangman powders. Terminator clap and Jacksonville, but Adam runs and boots Kenny Omega down. Fallaway slam. Page lands a bit, but is taking his time, and Kenny makes him pay by feeding him a turnbuckle. Hangman, however, superplex Kenny, and he gets a near fall. Kenny bails out. 2 Ks. Hangman throws Kenny into the guardrail and tries it a second time, but Kenny comes back with a moonsault. He sends Page back onto the canvas, leaping famouser by Kenny, and covers, but gets a 2 count. The two trade shots and chops. Kenny knees Page, and he flips him over. Kenny tweaks his knee, but still hits a moonsault. 2 count. Front Cancer Rich JR calls recover. Offense. Slugfest continues, and Hangman leaps off the top with a clothesline off the apron. He goes to dive on Kenny, but he avoids the baseball slide, but Kenny before doing a swanton dive over the top. The two are down on the outside, but Kenny does the rolling Hangman back in. Kenny climbs up top and drop kicks Page. 2 count. Kenny fights for a dragon suplex, but Adam twerks it. Kenny goes for his one-winged angel. Adam does the same, but Kenny escapes too. This allows Kenny to trigger Page on the apron, sending Adam tumbling onto the stage. Hangman catches Kenny for a dead eye attempt on the ramp, but Kenny frees himself and kicks him in the gut. Page gets Kenny with a harsh powerbomb on the ramp and sends him into the ring. Another sit-out powerbomb in the ring gets a near fall. Page stumps on Kenny's head to trade more strikes. They take their time with this. Kenny fires away, but a rolling elbow strike combats that. It doesn't praise him enough, and Kenny hits a Tiger Driver 98 for a very close fall. Page avoids a V-trigger and goes for a 2 German, but Kenny lands both time. Dragon suplex by Kenny. Hangman hits him with a lariat and then a deadeye for a very close pin. Hangman sets up for a buckshot, but Kenny sunset free for a pin attempt. Adam sits down for a close W. No long after, Kenny dragon screw Hangman on the ropes. A knee and a V-trigger by Kenny. He struggles to get Hangman on his one-winged angel, but he does and gets the pinfall victory. The winner and #1 contender for AEW Heavyweight Champion Kenny Omega. This match was good. So we get John Silver versus Orange Cassidy. This match itself was decent. So I must say, the winner of the match, Orange Cassidy. Post-match, the best friends embrace Orange Cassidy after his victory, and the commentary team puts over John Silver strong. So we got the third match, AEW TNT Champion Darby Allin versus Cody Rhodes. This match was fantastic. Then it says the winner of the match and your new AEW TNT Champion Darby Allin. These two put on a very good match. Alright, let's move on. Post-match, Cody has the belt. He gets down on one knee and presents the title to him. Darby gets a "You deserve it" chant. Darby is emotional. Cody then raised the hand of Darby Allin, and out comes Taz saying enough. He says enough of the tears. He tells Darby to act like he's been there before, but they all know he hasn't. He tells the two to go to the back from behind. Come Brian Cage, and Ricky starts to assault the two. Starks and Cage happen to find themselves both holding the TNT titles and settles the two down. Cage soon carries Darby's body over to the outside. Cody comes and tries to fight them off, but no dice. Darby gets thrown through a lighted spotlight. Cage and Starks then takes Darby over to his beat up car and looks to smash his arm into the car door. Thankfully, out comes Willie Hobbs for the stave. Dasha is with the neutral Nightmares. QT takes expectation to Bunny's attacks and knows that she was trying to rub up to the Nightmare family, and Blade has been trying to get his family in order. A fired up Dustin Diamond and Bunkhouse math against Butcher and the Blade. So we get match 4, AEW Women's Champion Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida. This match was pretty good. This match was good. I like the back and forth between these two. The winner and still your AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida. So this match was good. So post match, and Airway Vicky screams at Nala and slaps her before exiting. Okay, match card number 5. AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks versus FTR. This match was fantastic. This is real professional wrestling is all about. I love this tag team division. Great storytelling. Actions speak louder than words. I enjoyed this match for what it was. This match was good. This match was good. Fantastic. It says the winner. It says the winner and your new AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, well deserved. I like the outcome finish of this match. I love the outcome of this. So I gotta give FTR and Young Bucks credit where credit's due. FTR put up a good fight, but the Young Bucks came out strong. I like the finish. This match was very exciting, very entertaining. Actions speak louder than words. This is real professional wrestling. This is real tag team division. So alright, let's move on. So congratulations to the Young Bucks for winning the AEW Tag Team Champions. Post match, Kenny comes out to celebrate with the Young Bucks as FTR looks on. Alright, the Elite Deletion, Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. This match was fantastic. But there was one spot that Sammy Guevara hit a swanton off the ladder. So I like that. I like that. It says Hardy is on the line with someone saying if he needs them there, he'll call upon them. Sammy comes rolling in a golf cart labeled Spanish God. A new drone named NEO1 Illuminati's in holographics. Hardy welcomes him into his demons. Hardy then rolls up on Sammy's abandoned cart with a monster truck. Matt calls it a Spanish job, and Sammy hits Matt Hardy with a garbage can. He leaps onto Matt for a 2 count. The two brawl among the trees. Sammy tries for a suplex, but Matt reverses it. 2 count. Matt grinds Sammy's face into a tree as the two continue to brawl. Sammy gets thrown into a large trash can. Sammy gets caught, but power kicks Matt down. They're in the Matt's front yard, and Sammy yells, "Daddy's home." Sammy drinks Matt's head into his fountain. Matt pulls out a stepper and hits Sammy with it. They finally fight to a ring that is set upside. Matt rolls Sammy in. A springboard is reversed into a side effect by Matt 2 count. A table gets set up and Matt powerbombs him through it. Matt covers for a fall, but in comes Santana and Ortiz to break it up. Hardy grabs a walkie-talkie underneath the ring, and his page private party who are standing by a car. In the circle, double team Matt. Private party finally comes running to help out their minister. Sammy spears Matt on the outside. Santana and Ortiz duke it out with PP. Matt projectile shoots a Roman cattle at everyone, and Sammy has one of his own. It's a shootout, and Hardy charged him with a as a PP, and Santana and Ortiz continue to fight in the ring as private party get the better of the exchange. We cut to Sammy and Matt as Sammy is getting bombarded with fireworks. Sammy slips and flattens in the mud. He DDT Sammy down and wants to throw him into the lake. A reincarnation, but a masked man comes in with hurricane helms. He unmasks and is Gangrel. He tells Matt that he betrays his Mentor. Private Party attacks Gangrel and frees Helms. Helms goes to chokeslam Sammy but gets tossed into the lake. He shows up with a Gregory Helms raptor. He asks Sammy if this feud is cursed. Sammy super kicks him back into the lake. The brawl continues on in the ring, and everyone is there, including Gangrel and the returning Hurricane. Sammy goes in pursuit of Matt as everyone continues to fight in the ring. They find themselves in Hardy's warehouse. The door closed and it is down to Sammy and Matt. The music abnormous plays as the two fights by the ring. Sammy unlatched the bottom rope and a ladder is the ring. Sammy grabs the bottom turnbuckle and hits Sammy with it. He then unlatch the middle turnbuckle ropes and struggles Matt with it. Matt looks to maybe be out, but he still has his sense. Sammy placed Matt on the table in the middle of the ring. Sammy swantons off and they crash through the table. Cover two count. Hardy soon gets to his feet and a twist of fate. The music intensifies. Hardy spears him through an outside table as Sammy is bleeding through the back of his head through his mouth. He smacks Sammy with a chair. He kicks Sammy over and yells at Sammy, "You made me into what I am." Matt looks to finish him Matt looks to finish him and slams Sammy over the back of the head with a chair. He covers and gets the win. Looks like a heel turn for Hardy, but it's not. The winner of the match, Matt Hardy. This match was fantastic. Alright, the doors open and in comes Private Party. They put Sammy in a bag in a big trash can and roll him out. They put him in a truck and drives by Senior Benjamin. We see Rebby playing the piano before highlights are shown. I like this. MJF versus Chris Jericho. This is a great match. I love the old school match. The old school match between MJF and Chris Jericho. It says the winner of the match. Yeah, it says the winner of the match, MJF. Post match, Hager, Chris, Warlow, and Max all standing in the ring. MJF goes to shake Jericho's hand, and Chris brings him in for a hug. He welcomes both he and Warlow into the inner circle. Alright, so we get a promo for AEW Revolution coming in February 27th. Alright, so we get the main event time. AEW World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. This was a good match. I enjoyed this match for what it was. It says Kingston outcomes with a Tracy Smollett shirt to the honor and late legend. The two trade hard shots. Mox drops him with a right, but he gets back up and they exchange chops. Moxley downs Eddie with a leg trip. Eddie bites Mox's ear. The two gets to their feet, a flurry of shots and kicks by Kingston, followed by a belly to belly him. Mox powders. Eddie comes out and releases a chair. Mox taps at Eddie and then tosses a chair right to Eddie's face. He flings Eddie into the guardrail. Mox twists the fingers of Eddie. He punches Eddie, but the two continue to brawl back and forth. Eddie looks to suplex him on the concrete, but Mox snaps suplex Kingston. Brownsburg asks Eddie if he wants to quit. Nope. Moxley Bulldog chokes Eddie, but it's not long before Eddie and he finds themselves ringside once more. Eddie tosses a chair into the ring and in comes Mox with his barbed wire bat. Eddie takes shots to the back with it. Moxley is bloody. He yells at Eddie, asking him if he's going to quit. Eddie's bleeding from the mouth as Mox smashes the bat on the forehead of him. Mox looks to take a swing at Eddie, but he ducks the pile driver pile drivers 2 back suplex to Mox. Eddie tosses a chair at Mox. Eddie punches away at Mox as both are on their knees. He chokes Mox and bursts. Ramsberg asks him. Eddie hits Mox hard on the back with the chair before tossing it at Mox. Eddie wraps the bar wire around his own fist as Eddie assaults Mox. Viciously, he hits Moxley with his back punch and then clench in his arm hold. Mox bites the knee of Eddie. Chairs get set up as Mox suplex Eddie on the top of one. Eddie pulls out thumbtacks and dumps them out. The two trade suplex and Mox hits Eddie hard with a diving clothesline. Mox goes for the Pentagon shift, but Eddie powers him into the tracks with belly to belly. This allows Eddie to grab the bar wire for more pain. He grabs a rubbing alcohol. Eddie stomps on Mox's crutches and Mox flips him off. Eddie unscrews the cap of the rubbing alcohol and dumps it on the open wound of Max. Eddie grabs a handful of tacks and punches Mox with them. He grabs the barbed wire once more. Eddie puts Mox in a bulldog choke. Mox fights him off, but Eddie hits him with some crossface shots to continue his bulldog choke. Mox turns it around and hits Eddie with a sleeper. Eddie gets hit with a Maru Power Pentagon shift by Mox, and Eddie refuses to quit. Mox has a stand-up barbed wire and wraps it around his forearms. He bulldog chokes Eddie with it, and Eddie quits. The winner and still your AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley. Now this match was fantastic. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Full Gear review highlights, drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok will be down below in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night and stay safe.